All right, let's just dive right in. AI is absolutely tearing through every industry, and maybe nowhere more so than in software development. You've probably heard it, right? The whispers, the headlines, AI is coming for developers' jobs. So today, we're going to tackle that idea head on and figure out what's really going on. So let's just kick things off with, well, a bombshell. This isn't some random comment. This is from a developer with decades of experience. Code is dead. Wow. I mean, that's designed to get your attention, right? But is it actually true? And what could it possibly mean? Well, here's the twist, and it's a really important one. See, the act of coding, manually typing out line after line after line, that part might be fading away. But the much bigger field of development, that's about to absolutely explode. The game is changing for sure, but if you're smart about it, this is the biggest opportunity of our careers. So let's really unpack that phrase, code is dead. What part of it are we actually talking about? And what does it mean for you, like today? Okay, so nobody's saying that all coding is just gonna vanish overnight. What we're really talking about is the death of boilerplate. You know what I mean? The tedious, repetitive, mind-numbing stuff. Setting up a project, writing the same basic functions, the config files, all the junk that used to eat up hours and hours of your day. AI can now do that in seconds, instantly. So that means our job has to shift up a level to focus on the things that actually matter. Now, I get it. A shift this big can feel kind of scary, but here's the thing. We've been here before. This is not new. This kind of massive technological change is, believe it or not, a totally familiar story in the world of development. I mean, just look at this timeline. Think about building a website back in the late 90s. It's a completely different universe from today. Then came the Flash era. Remember that? It rose up, it dominated, and then it got totally replaced by the era of web standards and HTML5. Every single one of these shifts felt huge and disruptive at the time, but they were just natural evolution. What we're seeing right now with AI, it's just the next big step in that cycle. And this just drives the point home perfectly. I mean, do you remember some of these? Being a master of Flash or Perl CGI scripting, that used to be a golden ticket to a great career. Or building custom content management systems from the ground up. Companies paid a fortune for that. And now? Well, now those skills are basically relics. But the key is, they were replaced by something new, something better. The exact same thing is happening again, right now. So, with these old ways of working fading out, what does the successful developer of the future actually look like? It's time to meet the new developer. This table really nails the change in mindset. The traditional developer was all about their ability to write raw code from memory, to master the tricky syntax of a language. But the modern developer, their value comes from something totally different. It's about knowing how to leverage incredibly powerful tools, focusing on the actual business problem, and orchestrating APIs, AI models, and agents to deliver a solution. It's a whole new ballgame. And let's quickly define that key term here, AI agents. You're going to be hearing this a lot. Think of them as programs that can act on their own to get stuff done, kind of like a digital employee. They link together different AI models and tools to perform complex tasks. And let me tell you, knowing how to build and use these things, that's going to be an absolutely critical skill. And this right here, this might be the single most important piece of strategic advice in this whole explainer. Look, the real money, the real opportunity isn't in trying to compete with the giants like Google to build the next foundational AI model. That's a game for billionaires. The real opportunity for the rest of us is to take the amazing models they've already built and use them as building blocks to create brand new tools, services, and products. That's where the magic is. Okay, so we've covered how the job is changing. Now for the million-dollar question. Where are the actual opportunities? Where should you be focusing your energy right now? Let's get into it. Here you go. 4 huge areas that are just booming. First, AI augmented development. Basically, using AI as your co-pilot to write code 10 times faster. Second, building brand new AI-first solutions that weren't even possible a year ago. Third, and please do not sleep on this one, there's a massive market for small and medium businesses using platforms like WordPress. And finally, the really big ticket projects, helping massive companies drag their ancient, creaky tech stacks into the modern AI era. Let's talk about that small and medium business market for a second, because it's huge. We're talking millions of companies that are about to pour a ton of money into updating their websites and their apps. This isn't theoretical. This is real, practical work where you can deliver incredible value and, frankly, make a really good living. So, the opportunity is crystal clear. Now, let's turn all this talk into action. Let's lay out a practical, step-by-step roadmap that you can start on today to get yourself ready for this new world. Here it is. It's really this simple. Step 1, you still got to know the fundamentals. Master that core web stack. It's your foundation. Step 2, go build a portfolio. Do a couple small projects, even if they're for free, just to learn how to deal with clients and deliver something real. Step 3, dive headfirst into the new AI stack. And number 4, and please don't skip this one, get really good at the soft skills. Your ability to communicate is what's going to separate you from the pack. Now, following this path can lead to some serious financial success. But there's one last piece of advice here that has nothing to do with code, and it might be the most important thing we talk about. The biggest danger to your freedom isn't some new technology. It's something called lifestyle creep. That's when your spending automatically rises to meet your new higher income. The person who inspired this explainer made it a hard and fast rule to save 50%, half of his income. By doing that, by resisting that lifestyle creep, he bought his own financial freedom at a ridiculously young age. That is a strategy that's just as powerful as any coding skill, because it gives you the freedom to make your own choices no matter what happens next in the tech world. So let's wrap this all up. Is code dead? No. Is the developer's job disappearing? Absolutely not. It's upgrading. We're moving from being manual laborers who type code to being architects who command incredibly powerful AI tools. The opportunities are bigger and more exciting than they have ever been, so the only real question left is, are you ready for the upgrade?